Hello children, so shall we go ahead with another poem, a fourth unit, as already we have completed the lesson in fourth unit. It's all about a truly beautiful mind. Hope all of you might have enjoyed it by looking at the unseen side of the great physicist Albert Einstein. So now let's move on, whereas we can have a beautiful image of scenery which is natural and also countryside. So today's poem is The Lake Isle of Innisfree, written by W.B. Yeats. So William Butler Yeats wrote this in the year 1888. The Lake Isle of Innisfree. And let's just quickly know something about the poet. The poet W.B. Yeats, very popular, very famous. William Butler Yeats. He is popularly known as W.B. Yeats, and he is an Irish, so he belonged to Ireland. So he had written many of the beautiful poems, and also he served as a senator twice for Ireland. Like however we call the parliamentarians and cabinet ministers of central government, no? Similarly, he had served as a senator of the Irish Free State twice. So he was into politics also. He was into administration also, general administration. Fine. So before just getting into the poem, they just have given a little introduction. Let's see what is given. This well-known poem explores the poet's longing for the peace and tranquility of Innisfree, a place where he spent a lot of time as a boy. This poem is a lyric. So the introduction what they have given is the poet, that is W.B. Yeats, his longing, in the sense he is wanting, he is very desperately wanting to go to his native land where he had spent his childhood. So we will need to assume that as he had come to a city that is in London, that's given. So where, to avoid that hustle and bustle and pollution around, he was wanting very desperately to go back to his hometown, which is in Ireland, and where it was an island that is called Innisfree. So that particular island's name is Innisfree. So where he used to find like all around water, and therein he describes the scenery, each and everything very clearly. As soon as the description is given, and I shall go on giving you the description as well, try to please visualize the same thing. So one of the beautiful devices what he has again used here is imagery. As already we have discussed before also what is imagery. Like using the intensified words, to express something which you can easily visualize in your mind. So as soon as you hear to some particular word, you will immediately have an image in your mind. So he had used such kind of many of the imagery words over here. So let's see. So the basic reason to maybe shift back to his or relocate back to his hometown, that was an island, was to avoid the hustle and bustle around what he sees in the city. Usually whenever you have a talk with your grandparents' children who reside or they are from any of the villages or countryside, if at all you talk to them about, they keep telling you that they are missing that environment in the city now, if they are settled and if they are with you now. Or else when you go there during any of your vacations there, then they keep telling you that how peaceful here and how good we are living here, why don't you also relocate? They advise you even. Because whatever the environment they are in, without having any pollution, without having any noise pollution especially, and no contamination is seen, and everything is so fresh, where they can really inhale very good fresh air and fresh lakes around, what not is available in countryside. All over greenery, that's more important, which generates a lot of oxygen, right? So the same thing, even W.B. Yeats also is missing so much that he had relocated to one of the cities in London, and now he is wanting, as he is missing desperately, missing very badly, and he would like to shift back to his hometown. So as he had that feeling of moving back, then he keeps on recollecting his memories, nostalgic memories. Like how did he spend his childhood days there, how the weather and environment was there, and if at all he is given a chance, if he relocates himself to his hometown, how would he live there, what are all the things he would like to do there, how is he going to spend his time there, everything he has already made a clear planning. So he would even given, like, definitely gives us the information here that how is he going to live there also. So quickly children, all of you open your ebooks and also have your running notes along, and have a pen with you, and just let's go ahead with the Lake Isle of Innisfree. So Innisfree is the name of an island where he had spent his childhood days. So please look into the first stanza, and there are only 3 stanzas here. So each one of it is having 4 lines, so it's called quatrain. Quarter, you all know it, it's 1 by 4, 4. So here each one of the stanzas has 4 lines only. So let's move ahead with the first stanza children. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for honeybee, and live alone in the beloved glade. So for as soon as he has just started his poem itself, he's just saying that how strongly he's wanting to move back to his hometown. So I will arise and go. This is as soon as I wake up, as soon as I get up the next morning, because that is how strongly he is wanting to move back to his hometown. So he says, if given a chance, next day morning itself, as soon as he wakes up, he just would like to run away there. So he says, I will arise, I will wake up and go now. Then immediately, without wasting a single minute there, the next moment itself he would like to go there. Where? And go to Innisfree. Innisfree is the island where he had lived when he was a child. And a small cabin built there. Then what would he do? He would like to build a small cabin. Small cabin is nothing but a small hut kind of a thing where he can happily live his life there. And what will be used there to build his own cabin? He is also mentioning that cabin is built with clay and wattles made. So he is giving the description. So just try to visualize children. There is a hut kind of a thing he is going to build, and he is going to use what? Clay is what? Thick wet mud is called clay, as you all know it. So to construct the walls kind of thing, he is going to use what? Thick wet mud. He is going to use it, that is clay. And also to have roof, wattles he would like to use. Wattles are like, they are twisted branches or twisted sticks of any of the particular trees where we usually see them being used for laying the roof of the huts. So similarly, he feels that he can better use the clay for constructing the wall, and also to lay the roof he would like to make use of the wattles. Wattles are nothing but the twisted sticks of the branches of the trees. And what he would like to plant there? 9 bean rows will I have there. So he would like to plant bean rows. Beans, beans, we all eat the vegetables, French beans we call it as, right children? So he would like to plant the small saplings of beans. And how many rows he would like to lay? 9 bean rows. And a hive for the honey bee. So he would like to make a hive also ready for the bees. You all know it, bees, they live in what? Hives, beehive. It's the name of your reader as well, right children? So he would like to make a hive ready where he can see the bees coming and sitting and buzzing the sound, because he loves that buzzing sound of the bees. And live all alone in the beloved glade. Then finally what he says? Then happily all alone, being all alone, single, he would like to live in that cabin, listening to the beloved glade, because it is built, that particular cabin is built very far away where there is no other any particular residence there. Nobody else is living there. So he had chosen such kind of a place in Innisfree, that is his own island where he had lived when he was a child, and he would like to live all alone, spending the time only enjoying the nature. And then he would like to really, because he would like to make the hive also ready for the bees, he said, that is only to listen to the buzzing sound of the bees. And he says that glade is nothing but area covered with grass. No trees around. He would like to have lawn, we call it now, like grass. It's completely filled with grass. So try to imagine, children, there is a hut which is made up of clay, thick wet mud. Then the roof is laid with wattles, twisted sticks of a branch of a tree, right? Then in and around, you can see like 9 rows of beans plants. Then only grass around. Then there is a beehive, and he can just sit and just enjoy happily the scenery around, listening to the buzzing sound of the bees. Is everybody clear with all these 4 lines of the first stanza? Then let's move on to the next stanza as well. And I shall have some peace there. Then he is reasoning out that why is he wanting to go or relocate to hometown. Then he says that once I shift myself back to my hometown, then I will have some peace there. Then I can really enjoy the peaceful and very calm environment happily around me, because he's fed up of this hustle bustle, this vehicle sound, vehicles horn and what not, people making noise, horn, this and that. Then to avoid that, he was willing to get back to his hometown. And finally he says that if I'm given a chance and if I get back to my hometown, then yes, there is a chance of having some peace. He says that yes, I shall have some peace there. For peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the wheels of the morning. So see, children, how beautifully he is describing that how does he enjoy the peaceful environment there, and how come he gets the peaceful environment. Peace comes dropping slow. Dropping slow is coming from the upward. Dropping is the movement which comes from the upward to downward in vertical manner. So he says that how does the peace come? Peace comes dropping down slowly, dropping from the wheels of the morning. So please underline this particular sentence, children, like second line, dropping from the wheels of the morning. Wheels, you all know the word V-E-I-L-S, wheels. It means it's like usually we use the word curtain as a synonym of it. Curtain riser we call it. That's wheeling. Unwheeling we say that. Close, disclose we say, no. Similarly, wheeling is a curtain. So he feels that, in the very morning, just try to imagine, children, like we call it as intuitive learning. When you really close your eyes and just listen to my description, you can really see in the morning, you see the mist, or you can see like the moisture around, or the very clouds in the very early morning, just during the sunrise in the morning, As soon as the sun rises up, the clouds just, they disappear, they start disappearing. So he says that as if the curtain is rising, as if the curtain is moving upward, then what is on the dais, on the stage is seen. So he says that that beautiful scenery is seen in the very morning, as if there is a person mechanically, he is pulling the curtain up. Therein the piece starts dropping down. In the morning, to where the cricket sings. So see, children, the word cricket, please don't mistake this cricket, the word, as one of the sports which you and I enjoy it. It's not that. Cricket is a bird. Cricket is a bird which creates, which like chirps beautifully. So cricket is a word. So he says that as soon as he wakes up in the morning, he can see the clouds disappearing as soon as the sun is rising up, and also he can hear to the chirping of the bird, that is cricket. Their midnights all a glimmer. So as soon as if it is in the very evening, very late nights, glimmer is dull light, children, like, gloomy. Glimmer is nothing but like a gloomy, when you see, whenever you want to go to bed, you would switch on to the bed light. Am I right? Because you don't need to like have the big light over there, like a tube light or something, right? So you would immediately switch over to the bed lamp there. Similarly, he says that in the midnight, all a glimmer. So he would see the natural. Now he is describing all about the natural things, children, which automatically comes from the nature. So he says that there is a glimmer in the midnights, and noon a purple glow. all imagery. I said that he had used majorly imagery as his poetic device here. And noon a purple glow. Noon in the sense it's in the afternoon. Purple glow is a combination of purple color, you all know it. Brinjal, you all eat it, right children? So brinjals are in purple color, am I right? Your previous school uniform top was same purple color, am I right? So now he says noon a purple glow. Purple is nothing but dark blue with reddish combination is purple color. Like if at all you mix red color and blue color, no, you get the same brinjal color. That is nothing but purple glow. So he says he's using the imagery, saying that in the midnights you see the gloomy lights, like very dark it is. There are no like electrifying here. There is no electricity used or artificial lighting is done here. He is describing about the natural thing. So in the midnights it's quite gloomy. The environment around is very gloomy, and in the afternoon it is purple glow because the sun will be around on our head. So that's what he means. And evenings full of the linnet's wings. So in the evenings he says that linnet is another bird, children, which will be of grey and brown color, which has short beak. So we need to understand that he's a bird lover also. He's not only the nature lover, but also he likes the birds around. So in the evenings he would see what around? The linnet's wings. So many linnets, usually all of you, if at all you go around and watch in the evening, wherever you are also, you will see the birds moving in a group in the sky. So even here in Innisfree also in the evenings, he would prefer to watch the linnet's wings because they all move in a line, it looks so beautiful. So that's how he has given, and we have done with all the 8 lines of the poem. And next session we shall continue, children, and also conclude. So before we conclude, just I would like to go ahead with the summing up. So today, as a change, I don't want to give everything in a sentence or something. You would do it for yourself as a homework, children. I just give you few bullet words, like around 8 words are there. 8 words are there. Please all of you look at them. 8 words are there, and quickly please take them down. Able to see, children? Please quickly take them down. All the 8 words are seen. Quickly take them down. All the 8 words, which would give you the whole of the poem's summary, in fact. Because all the meanings are already explained to you. So with the help of these words, if you start expanding, you would automatically get the summing up of whatever we have completed. So 8 words, I believe all of you might have taken it down. Yes. So now the first word, glade, is nothing but, what did I tell you, children? A long, wide place which is completely filled with only grass. Then calm is the calm and peaceful environment around, where he can only hear to the birds chirping sound. Other than that, no other sound. Then birds, of course he would see birds. How many birds are described in these 8 lines? Only 2. One is cricket, another one is linnet. Then bean rows. How many bean rows he would like to plant there? 9 bean rows. Then cabin. Cabin is made up of what? That is thick mud which is wet. What is it called? It is clay. Then water lapping, that we will see further. And also wattles, the word is used, children. Wattles. Wattles is nothing but what? Twisted sticks which are used to lay the roof. Am I clear, children? How many of you could have visualized? Please have a question to yourself and try to visualize, children, because it's going to be a beautiful poem, and maybe we shall definitely conclude in the next session. So let's meet in the next session and try to attempt all the questions given in your worksheet. This is Vijaya signing off. Bye bye.